Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Geminis out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time. Let's see what we got for you this week. My guys, talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to take one quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got for Gemini this week, my gods? Please and thank you. Nice and quick. There it is. That popped out nice. Okay, so this is a big card of one's spiritual journey. It's a card of spiritual protection. There's a lot of movement here as well. I really like this card whenever it shows out in a spread. There's a lot of little nuances to it. Before we start breaking it down though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it. So we see this individual here dressed up in red. There are white birds that are holding this person up by ropes, guiding them along. So to me, of course, this does feel like one's journey, step by step, the life journey, the spiritual journey. But in divination, white birds, they represent that love and light type of energy. Guides, ancestors, angels. So some of you might need that reassurance that you are surrounded, you are protected, you are being helped. Even if you don't always perceive it, even if you don't always know it, this is a very reassuring card of spiritual protection, and I really like it. Maybe some of you are just getting to a stage in life where you're picking up some steam or you're starting to move forward in some sort of way. This is also a card of healing to me. So a big portion of Geminis might be in the early stages of some sort of healing journey, which is good. I really like this card. But I would say at the very least, for a lot of you, it's just some recognition and reassurance from Spirit saying, listen, we're around you. We got your back, even if you don't always sense it. So let's get into tarot. That's a nice card to always start. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness flowing. Shuffle it up here one time for you, Gemini. Let's get it rolling. My gods, what's up with my friends? And yeah, while we get this deck ready, I just want to let everyone know we're getting very close to a very big milestone in this community. I don't always celebrate them, but we're getting close to 100K people in our community. So after this week's readings, I'll be putting a poll. If you see it in your feed, please vote on it. It's going to be about how do we celebrate this as a community, because I appreciate you. You know I do. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Back to this reading. Last week's reading was titled Big Karmic Warning, and the reason it was titled that was because there was a lot of karmic archetypes in multiple places along the read. Usually that comes in when people are going through a metamorphosis or a change. Karmic energy are very spiritual. So we're going to see what shows up this week. They tend to last a while as well. So we're going to see what happens this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards. Let's start you off nice here, Gemini. All right, King of Pentacles, position number 1, very sturdy, very firm. Okay, I like this energy to start us off. It's an abundant energy as well. Could be a big focus on the monetary and work. We'll talk about it more. Let's get 2 more. Thank you. Chariot. Okay. So we're going from stop to full flight. We have the Chariot in position number 2. How interesting, my friends. Let's get one more out here. Let's see where we're heading. Where are these Geminis off to? Where are they heading? Okay, so this is something that we might have to take a little look at. We got the 3 of Swords right here on the back, and obviously that doesn't mean that's your 3 of Swords. So we're going to talk about this because we have an interesting mixture of energy this week, Gemini. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. Now, at first look, first glance, we have a little bit of everything happening here. We have a court card, we have a major arcana, we have swords, which is air element. That's something that you're used to working with or working around. But the interesting switch from stop to go or calm to fast, we're really going to need to take a look at. So let's go through one by one. We'll break them down one by one before we dive deeper. Position number 1, we have the King of Pentacles. For a portion of you, this could just be an earth sign you're linked to. The King of Pentacles doesn't matter male or female, whether it could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. If not, it could also represent authority figures, father figures, things like that. Now, in tarot, kings represent control of their respective suit. Pentacles is one's worldly possessions, earthly possessions, the home, stuff like that. So a lot of you might have a big eye for detail in that realm. You might be very money focused in this time, like stacking those pentacles, the chips, the cheese, the greenbacks, whatever you want to call it. This is all about the money. So there could be a big focus in that realm in your life right now. The positives of this is it is super sturdy, very abundant. The challenges that come along with this King of Pentacles, it could represent an individual that is a little stubborn. It could represent someone that's set in their ways, that is unwilling to flex or change in any sort of way. So it could be something stubborn. We'll see what's up though. Now moving to the center, we have the Chariot. Super intriguing card. Now that could be connected to Cancer or Cancerian. We are, at the time of this filming, in Cancer season. So in my style, it could tell us something that might be coming towards you right now, or what you might be feeling. But aside from that zodiac connection, the Chariot is all about forward movement, forward momentum, and just keep it moving. Now, remember I said this card is kind of stopped and sturdy. This one is in full flight. So we go from stop to go. It's like kind of jarring. Though, like it's getting off to a fast start. I could even say explosive in a way. We're not going to go there just yet until we get more elements out. But the Chariot could represent travel. It could just be you moving forward and not looking back in some sort of way. Could be going to or fro from something. All right. There's a distance involved with this card as well. Now, as far as challenges go, aside from the action, the movement, the forward momentum, the Chariot could also sometimes represent conflict, because remember, chariots are instrument of war. Okay? That is something that people used to go into battle with. So we really want to clarify this Chariot and see whether it is movement or action, or whether it is some sort of button heads. Now, when we get to the back end, we have the Three of Swords. This is nothing to get nervous about whatsoever. The Three of Swords, I'm sure every person that watches tarot has seen it. Even people that don't watch tarot have seen it. This is one of the more iconic tarot cards there are. The Three of Swords with the swords cutting through the heart. It looks pretty cool, but when we're talking about the energies that it encapsulates, it could be, and I always say it works on a spectrum. It could be something very minor all the way up to something major. We think of somebody who's possibly a little heartbroken, who's hurting in some sort of way. I also like to link anxiety, nervousness, stress in with this. So whether it is something minor, whether it's something major, it doesn't have to be your energy. It could be someone you're linked through to that's going through a very difficult and tough time when we have the Three of Swords. Now, could it be involved with somebody's actions, like what someone has done? Could someone have come out of pocket a little bit? Because when I get this flow of energy, like steady day to day, then we get the Chariot, which is like sudden movement, sudden action, into this Three of Swords. Like maybe somebody did something that you didn't see coming, or acted in a way that's a little outside of themselves. But let's dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, we're gonna get a good shuffle here and see what's up for the Geminis, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, King of Pentacles time. What's this King of Pentacles doing here for my friends? Thank you. Nice and quick. Ace of Wands. Okay. Yeah, there might be something stirring within you, my friends. Like this could be somebody really ramping up to make something happen, and we're kind of seeing it already. We have the Ace of Wands in the upright underneath this King of Pentacles. There could also be something that looks very alluring to you, or an option, whether it is work, whether it's an individual or a person. There might be something that's like, that looks all right. That looks good. Maybe this is someone looking at you like that. That could possibly be it. So keep that in mind. But when I get that Ace of Wands, it's that fire that's burning within one, where I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make a move on this. So we are talking about possible someone pouncing or jumping into action. We're seeing it build up here right on the front end. Now, for a portion of you, this could just represent somebody going with their passions and desires, working towards what they love as opposed to what they have to. If we're talking about work, you know when they say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, that could be represented here in the front. So maybe some of you are trying to change your work situation. But this could also move into interpersonal relationships as well. I feel somebody really ramping up or getting ready to make an action, make a move. I'm really feeling that right here in the front end. That's just the main vibe I'm getting. Like something looks good, something looks tempting, and it's going to make this king make a move, where I said it's usually steady. So I really want to keep moving here. I feel like we shouldn't get stuck up, because I feel like it's somebody getting ready to pounce in some sort of way. So let's see what's going on with that chariot. What is this chariot here with Geminis? Thank you. 9 of Wands. Okay, I saw something similar for you a few weeks ago where somebody is like super skeptical. Okay, you might be extra defensive in this time, like extra drama free. Like you could be the type of individual where in this time you are not letting anybody or anything in your life if you think it's going to cause any extra drama, extra BS. The 9 of Wands could represent communication issues, blockages even. So for a portion of you, you might be blocking somebody or something purposefully. And we are seeing this, like somebody wanting to take action, make a move. We're still picking it up here. It's like, I want to do this. I want to make it happen. But there's like a barrier here. Okay, so there could still be someone like trying to make moves or take actions, whether towards you or towards something. But there is this big blockage right here in the center. Like a big blockage, a major blockage of some sort, or blocking. Okay, I don't know if this is a literal person or a situation, but you could be very skeptical in this time about those that you let in your life or the situations that you get involved with. That's a big thing I'm picking up here. So we're not going to get hung up. We're going to keep moving. Because the way it's reading to me is like someone getting ready, ramping up, making a move, getting blocked. So we're going to go in on that 3 of Swords. You could be very protective in this time, more so than usual. Protective of your own energy, protective of those around you. And yeah, we did see it for you a few weeks ago, like rejecting certain things. But let's go in on that 3 of Swords. Notice that we have this spurring to action. Now we got fire showing up. But let's see what's up with the 3 of Swords. There's the 3 of Swords there. Thank you. Magician in reverse. Yeah, that didn't go according to plan. Okay, we have the Magician in reverse underneath this 3 of Swords. There could be someone that feels like something just didn't go according to how they planned it, or like they set all the right things in motion, they manifested it right, they dotted the I's, crossed the T's, and just something about it just went wrong. Or this could be an unplanned situation and it doesn't feel super comfortable here, right here on the back end. The Magician in reverse could be somebody that really wants to control an outcome. You might have certain individuals in your life that are controlling over you. Obviously not every single Gemini, but this to me does feel like an unplanned situation, or just something that like didn't go according to plan and someone's feeling bad about it. Okay, like I don't feel like this person purposely made things dicey. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a vibe I'm feeling on the back end. It's like that, yeah, I didn't mean for that to happen. Kind of like a mistake on the back end. So do with that what you will. Or this could be someone that says that, like, listen, I made a mistake, I messed up. So I am getting that possible someone making a wrong move or a mistake. It feels more unplanned to me though. Let's keep moving. Obviously there's an uncomfortable feeling on the back end though with somebody in the energy. Let's go through one by one, then I'll give you a quick overview before we get into the shadow card. Position number 1, it's interesting how this plays like a story. Now it could be various different things, but we have the King of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands in the upright. To me, this felt like somebody like amping up, getting ready to go, getting ready to pounce and make a move on something. If it is connected to work, it's somebody wanting to chase down their passions and their desires. If it's connected to people, this could be someone that looks at you with that type of fervor, like they're desirous of you. Another thing I was picking up here, aside from all that, I mean, it just, to me, felt like somebody getting ready to make their move in some sort of way. That's the big vibe I'm picking up here. In the center, we have the Chariot with the 9 of Wands. Someone possibly making a move and getting blocked. Like there's a blockage happening here. Okay, like you could be very protective in this time. You could be on guard and skeptical about who and what is in your life. That's a big energy I'm picking up here. And as we move to the back, 3 of Swords with the Magician in reverse, could be unplanned situations popping up, or unplanned things, or something that just didn't go right. I didn't imagine it to move in this type of way. So watch out for things like that, because this is uncomfortable on the back end. I totally get this energy. I totally get that one. This back end, this back alignment, feels a little uncomfortable to me, feels a little awkward. So take a screenshot of that if you like. I'm going to get you one shadow card, Gemini. Interesting reading. Remember, this could just be how someone you're linked to is feeling. It doesn't have to be your energy. But let's get you a shadow card. What's in the shadows for Gemini, please? Whether it's something within yourself, something you don't quite see just yet. I always like this. I think it's nice and introspective. Some of us carry shadow things. All of us do. But it depends on how long. Let's get one shadow card for Gemini, please. All right, I'm still using the Shadowland Tarot, and it's being very specific here. There it is. Okay, 10 of Cups. Sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side is what this card could represent when it's in the shadows. And it could also be Spirit asking you to like really plan or readjust like what your long-term goals are, what it is you wish for, what your happy ending is. The 10 of Cups, usually one of the most positive cards in the whole entire deck. And we could still read it like that as a shadow card. Some of you might just be hyper-focused on reaching some sort of end goal. But remember, we need to look at the shadow side of this, and that could also tie in with emotions or being too emotionally attached to something or an outcome. But sometimes Spirit tells us that what it is we're working towards, what it is we're working for, might not be all it's cracked up to be when this card shows up. Another thing, please be kind to others, but don't give too much of oneself when this card shows up. Very similar to the 9 of Cups in that sense. Like, you might be the type of person that gives and gives and gives and gives. Spirit's asking you to be careful here. There's also a little linkage with the 10 of Cups to any overconsumption of any kind. So just please watch out for that, Gemini. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.